Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Infinity Dove Tarot and Dowsing. My name is Kirsten. Today I wanted to take a look at this new couple, Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. Apparently they've known each other for a while as friends, having connections while both were in other relationships. But since New Year's of 2026 they've been dating. So I wanted to look and see how successful this relationship is going to be, and to find out if it's a real relationship or if it's PR, is a business calculation. So it's got a lot of layers. I'm using a lot of different cards, having fun with my cards, and so let's just see what they say. Remember, tarot is for entertainment purposes only. We're dealing with public figures. Everything I say here is alleged. My own opinion, my own interpretation of the cards. Please form your own. I've already pre-shuffled, laid out the cards. And now let's dive in, okay? So the first question I have for the cards is this real love between Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton? Is this true love, or is it calculated business arrangement? And the cards that I pulled are emotional safety, yummy, and the widower. So here's what we're seeing. On the surface, there is genuine attraction. Yummy means attractive, irresistible, seductive, sexually desirable. So this card makes it pretty clear. These two people find each other physically desirable. There is chemistry here. And emotional safety suggests that both of them are looking for some kind of shelter. They're under this umbrella in the rain, in the chaos of the city. So they're both looking for some kind of shelter. They want to feel protected from the outside chaos, from scrutiny, from whatever storms are happening in their individual lives. And they're trying to create this bubble together. But then I get the widower, il viduo. This is where things get kind of complicated, because in Lyra Sibilla, which this is, this isn't a card just about loss. This is a card about moving on, but still visiting an old gravesite. So it signals that someone in this relationship is still entertaining a connection, a past connection that died, but they're still emotionally tied to it. And so they're not fully available for this connection as a result. And there's a plot. And whenever you see a plot in a Lyra Sibilla, there is some sort of calculation going on. There's some sort of motive or ulterior motive. So I feel like the attraction between them is real. The desire for emotional protection is real. But it's not a clean slate situation. One or both of them is carrying something forward, unresolved grief, unfinished business, or a strategic reason to be in this connection that goes beyond pure romantic feelings. How does Kim truly feel about Lewis Hamilton? And what's her internal reality? The cards that I pulled are fantasy, the butterfly reversed, or La Grazia, and La Alegria, happiness. So this kind of looks like Kim, doesn't it? This fantasy card shows a woman staring into a man's eyes deeply. But it's all in green, so there's something toxic about it. So I asked the cards directly, is Kim falling for him? Shit, are you kidding? Sorry, my battery went dead. So how does Kim feel about Lewis Hamilton? We got Fantasy, La Grezia reversed, and La Agria. So the Fantasy shows a woman staring into a man's eyes. She kind of looks like Kim. And the card asks directly, are you falling for them, or for the story you've written in your mind about how this could be? So Kim may be more in love with the idea of Lewis than the Lewis himself. She's projecting a version of this relationship that may not match reality. La Grezia reversed, the butterfly card, it suggests she's been flitting around, unable to settle, looking for something that holds her attention. Reverse, this card can indicate that the usual charm and grace that she relies on isn't landing the way she wants, or that she's feeling restless and unfulfilled despite appearances. And La Alegría is a celebration card, but it has a nuance. The man in the foreground is toasting his success. The two men behind him, they're talking about him, not necessarily in admiration. There's envy, there's gossip. So because of that, I feel like Kim may be enjoying the attention that this relationship is bringing to her, the buzz, the headlines, the speculation. She's aware that people are watching and talking, and that's feeding something in her. So what does this mean? It means that Kim is attracted to Lewis, but feelings are heavily filtered through fantasy and external validation received. She likes how this looks. She likes the people, that people are paying attention to her, to their relationship, but internally she may not be as deeply connected to him as she appears. What are Kim's true motives towards Lewis Hamilton? And I pulled 3 cards from the Love Dynamic deck. Whoops, my camera just moved. Sorry about that. Available on Etsy. On the back of each card are 8 relationship dynamics that could be taking place in the card, and there is one for intention. So I asked, well, what are Kim's intentions and motives towards Lewis Hamilton? And the first card I got is 8 of Cups reversed, the 4 of Cups reversed, and the 3 of Swords. So this sequence is very revealing. 8 of Cups reversed says she intends to hold on. Something about this relationship isn't fully satisfying, though. And she may want to leave it, but she's not ready to. She sees the value in staying. She's hoping that things will improve, or she's waiting for circumstances to change. 4 of Cups reversed says she came back around. Maybe she left at one point, but came back around, and saw that this connection could offer her something. You see the cup here being offered. So she saw the value in it and re-engaged or stayed engaged. The 3 of Swords, though, is the kicker. Her intention, whether conscious or not, is towards ending that involves a heartbreak or a disappointment, or even betrayal. She may already know in her heart that this isn't going to last, and may be preparing herself for him to betray her, or planning to sever ties once she's gotten what she needs. So Kim is using this relationship for something, for attention, for status, a storyline. She's holding on because it's serving her right now, but she doesn't see this as permanent. She's either expecting heartbreak or preparing to cause it herself. So the next question I asked is, how does Lewis feel about Kim? And I got Battle of Egos and Denari, the money card. Battle of Egos is pretty straightforward. These two people are powerful. They're high-profile people. Neither one of them is used to backing down. Lewis is used to being the king of his world, and Kim is running hers. But you put 2 lions together, and there's going to be friction, right? Bound to be. So love can't grow or ego refuses to yield. And neither of them is built to yield. Denari, the money card, clarifies this. In relationship questions, this card points to financial considerations, material exchanges, transactional dynamics. So Lewis may be weighing what this relationship costs him versus what it's bringing him. We're seeing Kim in terms of her empire, her wealth, her brand. There's calculation here on both sides. So what does this mean? I feel like Lewis is not swept away by romance either. He's aware of the power dynamics, the financial and status implications, and he's struggling with his own ego. What are Lewis's true motives and intentions towards Kim Kardashian? Six of Cups reversed, and the Queen of Wands reversed. So this is kind of loaded. You got two Six of Cups, one upright and one reversed. So he's looking backward. Someone or something from his past is still on his mind. Could be an ex, a pattern, a memory. The Six of Swords says he wants to move forward and to break old cycles because this wasn't good. But the upright came first, so the pull of the past is still strong. The Queen of Wands reversed. This could be another woman, someone who's bold, charismatic, possibly manipulative, or Lewis himself operating from this energy, trying to reclaim control through withholding, causing jealousy, or playing emotional games. This tells me he's not a fully warm or open person. He's kind of conflicted. He's drawn to Kim. He's attracted to her, but he's still haunted by his past. He may be using Kim to distract himself or provoke someone else's jealousy. Or Kim may remind him of someone from his past who invoked jealousy. I feel like there's some game playing going on his side. So what does the future hold for this relationship? And I just pulled some random cards, one from each deck that I was playing with here. Except for the black and white. I didn't do the black and white. I don't know why I didn't do the black and white. And I feel like this is Kim's energy. Love shouldn't feel like solving a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. You're not a detective. You're not a puzzle master. If it takes that much decoding to figure out if they like you, spoiler alert, they don't like you. Like that. So this suggests that one or both of them will realize the confusion, ambiguity, and mixed signals aren't worth it. The Two of Pentacles says someone is juggling priorities, maybe options, other options. Someone may be playing the field while dating the other. So the relationship isn't going to be stable in the future. Someone is not being fully honest or fully invested. And the Emperor card tells me one partner will want to dominate, but both parties are lions. Both parties are emperors. How does that work? I feel like Lewis, as the man, wants to be the party that dominates. He requires control, structure, rules in his relationship. But I don't think that Kim was built to submit. She's in charge of her own empire. She don't need to submit to him. So I feel like the future for these two is unstable. There's juggling, there's power struggles, there's incompatibility in leadership. And unless something drastically changes, I don't think this relationship will last long. Someone is going to walk away frustrated, likely after a betrayal or a disappointment. So I asked, was this reading accurate? I got one more card and I asked, was this reading accurate? Because, you know, I'm just playing with the cards. I'm having fun. I'm just toying around with a question. And I got power dynamic. Again, this toxic green flame, a male and a female hand. One person holds the control and the other is tiptoeing. Love should feel like partnership, not like a power struggle. So I feel like they're one person holds control, the other one tiptoes, and it's dressed up to be a relationship, but it's not really that. So based on all these cards, here's what's most likely. I feel like Kim is attracted and likes the attention that she's getting from this man and from having this man on her arm. Headline, speculation, public interest, but she's operating more from a place of fantasy than reality. She sees value in the connection for her image and her narrative, and she's holding on even though it's not emotionally satisfying. She doesn't see it lasting. She expects betrayal or plans to end it eventually when she's gotten what she needs. As for Lewis, he's attracted to her, but he's conflicted. The past is still active, or an ex or an old pattern is still active in his energy field. Kim both draws him in but also makes him cautious. He's not fully open, and he keeps control. He may be juggling priorities or options, other people. This is a card of the jugular, someone who's playing you. It says that he requires dominance. I feel like this is his energy. But Kim doesn't submit. She's a lion herself. So the future shows instability, confusion, and power struggle. Neither is fully committed, and someone is likely to get hurt in this dynamic eventually through betrayal or disappointment, or through a past resurfacing. I feel this relationship is more strategic than it is romantic, more transactional than transformational. Now, there's a small chance that both of them genuinely want shelter and safety with each other, but the widower reflects shared grief rather than calculation. Even then, the egos battle. There's going to be juggling and power dynamics that make long-term success for this relationship unlikely because the foundation is unstable. So is it real? Is it real, Kim? I feel the desire for safety is real, but motives are mixed. With calculation and ego and unresolved past issues. Her motives and moves are strategic, and so are his. His feelings are conflicted. He's still tied to past. He's battling his own ego. So that's what I see for Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton. If you have any suggestions for future readings, please leave them in the comment section. If you enjoyed the reading, please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. The like helps the channel to grow. So please take a moment to hit the like button for me. Thank you. It shows me that you enjoy my content and encourages me to share more. Also, if you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. I'm available for 1, 2, and 3 question readings. And also subscribe. And thanks to all my subscribers. Okay, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.